Okay, guys, I got a little bit of a confession I need to make. I've been struggling with my studies, kind of slacking off with my studies. I haven't been pushing myself as much as I should. You know, like for example, me learning the tarot cards. Haven't really made much progress since the last video I made discussing this point. Um, as far as praying 4 times a day and doing a ritual at least twice a day, I've pretty much got that pinned down. I know I got one guy who'll probably ask, what's the point of prayer and ritual? Well, it's for me. It's just something I enjoy doing. It's something that for me I feel better in doing that type of stuff. Okay, I mean I don't want to. I get that's not the best of possible answers giving in this regard, but it's just it's kind of okay. It's I know it's kind of like those those nerdy kids who collect the action figures but never take them out of the box. They'll have like like those nerds back in grade school, junior high school, whatever it was. See, they bought these Batman figurines, but never took them out of the box, and they never will. And you question why keep them in the box and not play with them? It's a weird quirk, I guess you could say. Speaking of action figures, I had a friend of mine give me this. I don't usually collect these types of things, but friend of mine, he bought this at a convention, and then he had like buyer's remorse because you realize he had one exactly like that. And I thought, well, I figured he asked if I wanted it, and on impulse I took it. I don't know why I bought that when I don't even collect those things, but I took it because I like the movies, and I figured it'd be something to decorate the wall with. And that's me speaking in hindsight, but at the time it was more of an impulse thing. But yeah, point is, I pray 4 times a day, or try to. I do rituals at least twice a day. And recently it was starting this past week, I started doing yoga. I want to try to get into shape, lose some of this flab here maybe, while making myself more limber. I'm doing pretty good with that, practicing it each day, and each day I practice it, I push myself a little further. I started with 3 or 4 different 20-minute, 25-minute routines, and the first time I did it, the first morning I did it, I was like, I got like 10 minutes in and I was completely exhausted and I forgot to breathe, and I was breathing so hard you think I'd pass out. But that's the only hiccup I had. But other than that, I've pushed myself to where I can do almost 20 minutes, and if not straight at the 25-minute routine. But yeah, I started slacking up on my studies. I kind of study at it, not actually really. That's something I need to start pushing myself a little bit more on, get on top of it like I did, at the beginning, like the internalize, like studying the tarot uh, and the other book I got here, Gems from the Equinox. Really digest it and really study it. Um, I added another book that I'm studying is what's it called? Self Initiation into the Golden Dawn. I haven't I got it in digits, but I haven't pulled that out in a few days. A day or two ago, I did pull out a book that was suggested to me. It's shit, I forget what it's called. Kabbalah, Cliff Oath, and the Goetia. Forget the author's name, and but somebody suggested that to me, and got to thinking about it. You know, a day or two later, after he recommended it to me, he knows who he is, and I realized that I already got a copy in digits. I just had to download it. You know, and yeah, study-wise, I'm struggling mainly because I'm being lazy again. And I want, and that's, and the point of me making this video and saying this is I want to put myself on the spot, you know, kind of put this out there so that, you know, I mean, I get that nobody watches my video, but at the same time, there's that chance that one motherfucker's going to watch, and he'd be like, tisk, 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 shame, 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 you know, and... You know, if I'm not going to be accountable to myself, at least maybe somebody come along and be like, tis, 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 shame, shame, shame. You know, because this is genuinely a subject that I, you know, am genuinely interested in. It. It's just, I've gotten in the habit for so many years to being lazy about it. And, you know, and I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I just got to break the cycle of laziness. You know, and it's, you know, and I feel that as long as I'm honest about it, and not only to myself, but to whoever would listen, you know, it would help, you know, and, you know, it's just, and it's just, you know, I keep thinking that I have nobody really to talk about it on a regular basis. You know, and that, for me, makes it hard. Because it is a subject that I do like talking about. And I just wish that I knew at least one person that I could talk to on a regular basis about it. Well, I do got one friend, but, you know, it's a long distance relationship. And I don't get to talk to him very often. Like, maybe once every... few years, maybe, seems like. But him aside, you know, I don't have really anybody to talk to about it. And, you know, and I get the, you know, feeling like, fuck it, and, you know, and throw my hands up and want to give up a little bit. But at the same time, I don't. You know, this is an issue that I need to learn to overcome on my own. Okay, because that's how life is. You gotta learn to overcome obstacles and keep going and keep pushing yourself further, you know. And, you know, I'm not gonna learn this shit just by sitting around not doing really anything about studying it, you know. So, yeah, it's kind of where I'm at with my studies, you know. I just wanted to, you know, it's been a while since I updated my, you know, I guess you could say vlogs on this one topic, you know. You know, you know, one book I like to get again. Then once I get it, I'll put them aside. I could get it in digits, but those are like based on like older editions, and I want to get like the most recent edition, and that takes money because you can't get that in digits, not that I know of. You know, I'm sure somebody somewhere has bought a copy, scanned it, made a PDF out of it, but, you know, where am I going to find it? Oh, yeah, almost forgot. Today I didn't do any of my prayers or any yoga or anything. But you know what? I went to see some friends. I went to see my mom today, you know, and for me, that was worth saying fuck everything and take a day to see my mom, who's sadly back in a nursing home to rehabilitate on her legs. You know, she still has all her wisdom and humor, you know. I mean, before she went to the nursing home, she had all these wounds all over her body and stuff, and fortunately, that's cleared up. When I went to see her today, she was, you know, had a head cold, you know, which I'd known about for a day or two, a couple of days though, but I asked her how it was going, and she said it was a lot better, you know, she didn't seem as sick as she did when I talked to her over the phone a couple of days ago. But yeah, you know, I love my mom, you know, and hopefully they can get her back to doing rehab on her legs, and she could get back out into her apartment again, you know, and I could, you know, not only go there to visit her, you know, just to visit, I can spend a night or two with her, you know, and really keep company with her like I liked to when she had her apartment once before. But yeah, that's sort of like where I'm at with those things.